This is DG Chichester, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
All right, kids, we're finally here. The episode we promised you. Yes, it's Silver Sable, but guess who else is here? Got a special guest here on Marvel Tales.
For the first time.
Oh, yes. So, yes, not me, I am Phil. Not him, that's Silver Owl.
Justin the Owl.
And, again, joining us for the first time on Marvel Tales, the High Priest of Khonshu. I don't know why it took him this long. Ray!
Hey, Ray.
Hey, hello. Hey, how you going, everybody?
Oh, I know why it took him so long. He finally put down the Marvel Snap. It's Ray.
Oh, snap.
Although this is eating into my game time, I've got to tell you. Anyway. No, very, very honoured to be on the show. I love to arrive at Marvel Tales. I love it. It's so sweet.
What is that?
I think we've got some new drops. We can put that at the start of every show.
Oh, I mean, I have plenty of Ray drops. I got
Sex on the mind.
Speaking of, let's get this. Yeah. So we were just talking about we're talking the first 3 issues of Silver Sable. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about at the end of the last episode, right? It's like, yeah, $2 issue, and you got the nice shiny embossed cover, and
it's so shiny.
I've got mine as well. It's not here, but I do have a copy of it. I collected about the first 10 issues. I didn't go the whole way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I didn't either. I think I got up to 18 or 19, somewhere in that vicinity. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, just kicking off now, I just love to get it off my chest. It was when this first came out, I be honest, I wasn't too impressed with it. And I was thinking about it while I was rereading these, and I thought, back in the day, as I sound like an old man, back in the 90s when this came out, and this was during the whole hoo-ha of embossed covers and gimmicky covers. So, Of course, you, Justin, Phil, and myself, of course we picked it up because we were riding that wave. But sure. I think what really detracted me from this when I was reading, and not detracted, just like I was left indifferent, was because there was no real wow factor. Like, we had the X-Men, the superhero superpowers, and everything was like fantastic, in the sense. Mm-hmm. Silver Sable was very grounded, and look, mind you as well. I mean, I collected the Punisher and obviously Moon Knight back in the day, but Silver Sable, it was just kind of I don't know, mercs or soldiers doing their thing, and there was nothing really like supernatural or superhuman to what they were doing. And I think that's what made it a little bit boring for me back in the 90s. But having said that, and I want to ask you guys, rereading issues 1 to 3, I absolutely really dug it. I really enjoyed it. There were some little bits in it that were kind of tongue-in-cheek and were obviously trying to portray Silver Sable in a different light as opposed to other characters or female characters. But yeah, what did you guys think?
I mean, Ray, tell me you weren't wowed. I know what age you were. You're the same age as me. You were wowed. But yeah, I just remember reading this for the first time in the 90s. I'm like, man, why is she so mean to the people she works for? The people who work for her and stuff, and just they were trying to make her the no nonsense. But they were trying to get in. I mean, we'll get into this stuff. It's like the first issue with the. They call her niece or whatever, but it's actually like her cousin, like trying to like show that there is like another side to Silver Sable and stuff. And and like I rereading this now, like 30 years later, I did get like more than I did before. So it's there's more here than I originally thought. Probably more than you originally thought too, Ray.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I agree too. I mean, especially like the stuff in issues 2 and 3 with the terrorist group. Mm-hmm. Like, that's very topical now. Like, I could easily see that storyline being kind of adapted and modified a little bit, but it would totally work today in a 2023 comic book. I really like that. Yeah,
and like religion and like pro-life, pro-choice. Yeah,
all that stuff. With the watchdogs and things like another great Mark Grunwald creation too. By the way.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Mark Grunwald fans here.
Oh, speaking of, we'll get the Battlestar.
Battlestar, yeah.
Battlestar. And what I was pleasantly surprised and reminded of was the Foreigner as well.
The X.
Yeah, the X. It was so cool. And it's like, I killed him last. Oh, he killed me last time. Oh, I killed him this time. We don't even know.
Kicked him out a window. Yeah,
that was the most hilarious ending to a conversation.
And I mean, come on, that's relatable to everybody. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, what your orientation is. There, you have at least one ex you've wanted to kick out a window.
Absolutely, multiple times. And if they sent me a thing of roses, I would have thrown them out the window and shot them too, like she did.
Well, there was still a bit of chemistry between them we saw as well, and what I liked was they went in for the kiss towards the end. Yes. And at the last second, Silver Sable is the one that throws the Foreigner on his back and gives him a kiss. So I just love those. Yeah, those little touches which kind of subvert, your expectations of the old generic and the
definitely.
And again, another thing in the 90s, I mean, we haven't seen since is, we get the reformed Sandman as part of this. Sandman's like a cast member. It seems like he's almost like her second in command here because when she's,
I love that.
Yeah, well, I think he's probably in there to kind of remind us that. They are in a Marvel universe, and he's the only one really with the big superpowers. I mean, we even get what's his name, Gattling, as the arch nemesis in the next two issues. But he's really, he's still a guy just really in a suit with guns. So Sandman's the only one, and I love it. You see him use his ability to disguise himself, to create a defensive wall, that sort of stuff. So he does bring that element. But yeah, just going back to my first point, it was very different back in the 90s because the book was focusing on the Wild Pack as well, and I guess Gregory Wright had to try and establish them, better. So just for me though, their personalities. We get the Crippler later on. He's pretty cool, but they're all kind of the same mold. Is it Powell? I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah, Powell.
Really, with the ponytail. Yeah, ponytail Powell.
With the ponytail Powell. They're all kind of that really raw, uncouth kind of. Yeah.
Early 90s tough guy wearing leather and spitting in people's faces type of vibe,
But I'm sorry, I was gonna say, but I guess you can't have too nice of a guys because they are supposed to be mercenaries, right? Yeah.
Well, there's a thing as well. Talking about really going for it. Powell was a member of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah,
and he was the bodyguard for
the bodyguard for the Grand Wizard. Yeah, which is a really. Not something that you really want to brag about to people.
Yeah, because now I want to go get the rest of the issues and see what Gregory Wright does with this. Because once Battlestar walks in and he's like, "Why are you staring at me like that?"
Yeah, some obvious animosity. Yeah,
yeah, and Silver Sable pairs them together, so it's like, what the? I just want to also mention just little notes here and there. A lot of kicking in the balls. I thought was really funny. Happened in issue 1, issue 3. So it only every alternate issue we get kicking the nads. So
I think that continues throughout the series. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh gosh, bit of slapstick, bit of cringe factor for the guys.
Oh, I know all those shots right to the spider babies.
The spider
babies. Ouch.
But look, going back to of course, actually, I'm just flicking through issue 1. We also get Peter Parker, Spider-Man. So
it's the 90s. It's your first issue. Yeah, you got to have a Spider-Man appearance.
You have to bring in, the big brother that will pull in people. So
at least here it kind of makes sense because that's where she first showed up, is in the Spider-Man.
Right, and that was one of my favorite Spider-Man stories, actually, where she appeared with And Sandman became involved in that as well. It was them versus the Sinister Syndicate.
Yes.
It was a 2-issue story, and it was just an all-out battle for the whole time. Them fighting in this old abandoned amusement park.
Which title was that?
It was I think Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was around. It might have been like 280 or so. It was around there. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think
Because I remember more Silver Sable in the backup stories for the annuals as well. She was featured a lot there. Yeah,
Yes.
In Spectacular Spider-Man annuals, I think, and that's where she kind of gets introduced to Sandman. I think Willow the Wisp was in there at one stage. I don't know what happened to him.
Too. Yeah.
So
been a
she
while
was
since I've
bringing
done
her
that
posse
one.
together. Yeah.
Yeah. Slowly.
Rocket Racer.
Behind the scenes.
Oh,
Rocket
yeah.
Racer,
Because
the Outlaws.
Lilith and I are going to be talking some stuff around that era. We said we need to do Web of Spider-Man 50, where they put together that Outlaws team. Yeah, it's like
With the
she
Prowler
puts together
and
Sandman, the
Puma
Prowler, Rocket Racer.
I love
Classic
that.
characters. Where are they
So
now? Huh?
good.
Where are they now?
Yeah, whatever
Where's
happened
Puma?
to Willow the Wisp?
Will the Wisp and Puma. What's his name? Not Lionheart. What is his surname?
Puma.
Thomas Fireheart.
Puma.
Fireheart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah, also a biscuit.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Yes. Well, yes. He's no Namor, but yeah.
My favorite
He's
biscuit.
no
Namor, but it's still on the biscuit list.
But yeah, I forgot when this issue 1 came out, they did a reprint of her first appearance from Amazing Spider-Man 265, where it is like the Black Fox. She was chasing down the Black Fox.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, he was always fun. I'm an old man, don't hit me.
Yeah.
The mentor of the Black Cat, right? They later. Yeah, I love that link. It's so good.
Yeah, that was good. And gets featured on a lot more in Jed McKay's Black Cat. Yeah, very important there as well.
Love that. Makes me so happy.
Hold on, Ray. I think you dropped this name. Let's wait for him to say, "Oh, friend of the show, Jed McKay."
Friend of the show.
Yeah. Look, another thing I think about Silver Sable, and you touched upon it, Justin, as well, is she's very thorough. And I guess there's a risk there of you make a character uninteresting by having them just be like too good and a bit bland. I mean, not to say that she's because Wright does try to inject a few more things in there, but she really is, for all intents, unbeatable. Like there's towards issue 3, the Wild Pack are just in awe that she beats the rest of God, what are the dogs called again? Watchdogs.
Watchdogs.
Yeah, they're all astounded, and she goes off at them because I wanted backup. You meant it could be here, and you let the guy go and all this sort of stuff. But she handled it with a total aplomb. So, and in issue 1 as well, she's right from the outset, what looks like a fracas is a training kind of drill, and she's just hammering each and every one of them.
Like it's a walk in the park. Yeah, she's breaking a sweat, beating up all of these guys.
Yeah. Is there what? There was something significant that happened to her. Oh God, I'm trying to remember. She got severely burnt or injured. Is that correct? It was
I think you were telling me about that. Yeah, wasn't she in a vehicle that exploded or something, or involved in an explosion? And she was
with a Spider-Man villain. Yeah.
Oh, do you mean later on when they thought she was dead for a while? Like she was they thought she drowned. Was it with the Rhino or somebody?
Yes,
yeah.
Rhino. Yeah.
Oh, the Rhino.
It was with a villain. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, in the sewers somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, this was probably around 2010 or so, Justin. Yeah, it was a while after this.
Yeah. But I mean, just wondering about her current whereabouts because 2010, and just pushing forward, there was an amazing one shot, which totally bamboozled me. It just ambushed me. I'd say it's 2017, 2018, I think.
I remember that
came
one.
out.
Yeah,
that
was a
beautifully
good one.
drawn. Yeah, and just a one shot. It was really good. So very much in keeping with, I think, this series about her just being full on kick ass. But yeah.
Oh, there was. You know where she was just recently? In the Venom Lethal Protector 2 miniseries. Where it's it's set in the 90s, but that's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
she hired Eddie Brock to work for her for a while, and
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to read that.
And Dr. Doom's in there
nice.
too. So yeah, it's
Oh, cool.
Yeah, pretty good. But sorry, yeah, just tracking back to this. Yeah, I mean, first issue was pretty standard, as in like getting setting up the team, and kind of giving us a flavor about what Silver Sable is all about. Yeah, I just feel sorry for Sandman. He gets rattled on all the time. He's one of my actually, I'd have to say I do like him. I enjoy him as a villain, but it's pretty cool that he gets to go onto the good side every now and again. You know,
I like
as an
that
Avenger
too.
and all that. So
Yeah, he even became an Avenger at one point. Yeah.
yeah.
There's one part in issue number 1 that I'd forgotten about when they kill the girl. When the Hydra
Yes,
guys
yeah.
are, they have all the girls captive, and then
Send a
it
message
says,
to them.
Yeah, kill one of the girls and throw her out the window for the police to see. And they haul one of the girls away, and then off panel you hear slash. They didn't like shoot her; they went straight to slicing. They stabbed her up and then threw out the window. I was like, wow, that's heavy for this type of a comic book. I wasn't expecting that. That surprised me.
Yeah, you're right. I was totally taken by that. Just how far they're willing to go. I mean,
this is Hydra, and they're not messing around. Granted, but still,
it's pretty
killing little girls.
Yeah.
That's another side of the.
At least it was off panel, you know.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was. That kind of shocked me.
I don't know. I mean, you wouldn't think so, but I think some of the stuff in the 90s they did make them tone down, because I know the one story me and Lilith were talking to DG Chichester about. I think he said the editor told him like tone down the blood and stuff. It's like that Surgeon General story from Daredevil. They were like, yeah, you can't go like too gory. So yeah,
the Surgeon General,
yeah. So they, I think they, it's like, a character who's stealing organs and stuff. So it was like, they were like, hey, you need to tone down. So even though it may not seem like it in the 90s, yeah, they did have some standards where like, no, you can't do that. You got to tone that down.
Well, the comics code was still in effect, so they had that looming over their heads all the time. Yeah.
Also want to call out the art as well, Steve Butler.
Yes.
From the Spider-Man pages. Very cool.
Very
good. It's solid art. Like it's decent. You know, if you were, or when we did in the 90s, pick it up, you really don't know what you're going to get. And it's very good. Very well drawn. So,
and it's very consistent. They stayed with this book for quite a while.
Okay.
And the quality doesn't go down. It stays consistently good.
Full 35 issues, right? It's a pretty sizable run.
I think so, yeah. I don't know if the artists they stay for the whole run, but for a good chunk of it anyways.
Yeah. I mean, they were doing 60-issue runs back then.
Yeah,
so this is not too much.
So, that's what I was going to say. Unlike today, I mean, they were willing to give characters like somewhat lengthy runs. Yeah, Silver Sable got like 35. Like Quasar and Moon Knight got 60-issue runs and stuff.
60 issues, yeah.
I remember too at the time, 92. It was rare to see like a female-led superhero book too, a regular monthly one. I was trying to think back of like around this time, however many, I think there were maybe only She-Hulk.
Yeah. There wasn't even Miss Marvel, right? That was later on. I don't recall any Miss Marvel.
Yeah, because Carol, she had like one earlier, like in the 70s and stuff, but that was over.
Not in the 90s. No Black Widow. Like she was just part of the team.
Yeah,
she wasn't.
No Scarlet Witch.
Wasn't like
nothing.
Big.
Yeah, no
Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah. Oh, she did have it in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Some of them they gave like miniseries and stuff too. But no like ongoings. Not like not even like the female X-Men or anything. Yeah.
Lip service, Phil. Just give him a mini. That's that will satiate any calls for which is really strange to think about, really, because all the strong characters that we do have, and you got to thank. You do have to thank, I think, the MCU for a lot of it as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
they did elevate a lot of the characters, which is great.
Yeah, because I was about to say, you bring up a point where it's like, none of these like big female characters got an ongoing at this point. So I'm like, how did they talk anyone in the given Silver Sable being the one? But look at the first page. It's like
Well,
Silver Sable created by Tom DeFalco and Ron Friend. So
Ron Friend,
DeFalco. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
I think I'm seeing the reason here.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, right, Justin. It's probably only the characters, the X-Men characters, but it was because they were selling so much that you could throw a series about Dupe or something. You'll get
right. Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. Yeah,
but yeah, I'm sure.
But I think She-Hulk was the only other monthly female superhero title that Marvel had. Unless I'm
very
mistaken,
weird to think.
Yeah, it is weird.
That's so strange. Yeah. So, why do you think also as well? I mean, why do you think Silver Sable hasn't taken off? Hasn't been as big as she could? I mean, she almost got a movie with Black Cat right through Sony.
True. That's Silver and Black.
That would have elevated. Yeah, that would have elevated her. But why does she linger? You reckon in the grey area when it comes to popularity?
I wonder if it's because she does have that kind of cold, no-nonsense, very logical, Merc-minded approach to things, which isn't, in line with the traditional superhero stuff, or even like a Black Widow type of character who's a reformed assassin. Silver Sable is still a mercenary. She's still living that life. As a matter of fact, she has to live that life because it's her country's bread and butter. Like, if she doesn't work, nobody in her country gets paid. Like, the infrastructure collapses or something.
Yeah, that's right.
If she doesn't,
very fragile.
If she doesn't hunt down these old Nazi war criminals and bust up Hydra, then none of the roads in Symkaria get fixed.
Yeah, my God. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the water's going to stop running. The electricity runs out. The utilities. Exactly. What's going on? Like,
I think that might be another reason that she hasn't taken off, is because of that kind of weird nugget in her origin story.
Well, and I think too. I mean, they haven't done a lot with her solo lately, and it's like modern times. It's like they really haven't. Like, they don't do as much with like the Spider-Man side characters as much these days. So it's like, like she's not even showing up there really a lot
because they've really tapped into the well of other Spider characters. Ever since Spider-Verse and Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen, it's now more about finding other Spider people. We've got, Phil, one of your favorites, Spider-Boy, coming out now.
Yeah.
So they're focusing... They're focusing more on that then, which is a shame because I really love the side characters in Spider-Man. You got some of the most colorful villains, supporting cast, heroes there are. So yeah,
like the Prowler and all those people.
The Prowler, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to think of who were like Willow the Wisp.
Willow the Wisp. Madam Web. I was
Madam Web.
Madam Web. Yeah.
I've also got sorry.
I don't know. I was going to say, I mean, they've been putting out those miniseries more and more, like set in the 90s. Like maybe they need to do like an anthology book and maybe focus on like some character that was big in the 90s. For arcs.
I think Silver Sable is due for like, I'm not to say like tentatively say like modernize. You know how they've modernized all the characters. They've given them a new spin. I think they should really do that with Silver Sable. I mean, she's very much written as a 90s character here. I reckon you can flesh her out. Maybe explain why, apart from the having the whole state on her, the whole country on her shoulders. Why she is like she is, and her relationship with the foreigner. I reckon that's a very interesting kind of dynamic. I mean, we know the foreigner from the 80s as well, from Spider-Man and the things he does, and to have like an anti-hero, a merc associated with him, it's pretty interesting, as well as like her Wild Pack. But I really think that they should revamp the Wild Pack because I know it's only 3 issues, but yeah, they don't seem to. Powell and Crippler don't seem all that interesting.
You'd have to have a new lineup of the Wild Pack. I mean, you could still have Chen. I think Chen would still fit in the Wild Pack today.
But I mean, Crippler. I mean, again, it's like Powell. You have who's like ex-KKK. Crippler. Didn't they say he was ex-Hydra?
Ex-Hydra. I think he first appeared in that Von Strucker Gambit
Yeah.
He was one of the Hydra dudes in that one, I think.
And then he has that whole thing where he's just like in the pain because I think it's like Fall from Grace. Like Daredevil's just like beating on him, and like there's explosions and stuff. And Crippler's just like, yeah, just keep hitting me more and more. It's like, oh, this is creepy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan.
And I felt actually, I mean, if it were to be a little bit critical, I felt that their new uniforms, although they look cool, they pretty much reminded me of the Acolytes from Magneto.
Oh, those red and blue.
Yeah. Good point. They're very similar. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, that's all kind of 90s flavor. But yeah, they could do with the revamp. I think keep on having those guest stars like Spidey, bring them in, obviously to help sales, but to have her kind of connected in the Marvel Universe that way, because she can very much be, I mean, she is kind of like Doom in the sense that she's very kind of country driven, and that ends up kind of painting them into a corner.
She has a very European sensibility too about dealing with things.
Oh, stay tuned for next episode, Ray. We're going to cover 4 and 5, where Doom does show up, and it's an Infinity War crossover.
Yeah.
Oh yes, love it.
Actually, that was the one that hooked me, because I bought these first 3 issues and I thought that they were okay, but I wasn't really blown away at the time. But then when 4 and 5, when it was just her in Doctor Doom's castle, and she's making her way through this and wearing some of his armor and like kicking ass throughout Castle Doom, I was hooked. I said, I love this. This is great. This is the Silver Sable book that I want. So after that, I collected it, pretty regularly for another year or so. Yep.
Any Doctor Doom appearance is always going to be good, I guess. So it's
definitely,
absolutely, and on record as well of similar to this, like Infinity War for me, totally was not impressed when it first came out, but I love when you guys did that read through of it, Phil.
Oh yeah.
You covered the whole Infinity. That was just so fun because it was just so cheesy and just of its time. So it's I can imagine those coming up issues. Justin would be really good. Yeah. Just looking at issue 2 as we go, we get introduced with Crippler. Little bits here. I love how it's so funny. Sandman's like, just amusing himself, and what does he do? He makes sandcastles in his hand.
Yeah.
I think, like, come on, I reckon come up with something better there.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys have issue 2 in front of you, both of you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, look at like that first like was it like page 2? It's like the splash page where she's walking into the restaurant with the Reverend. Look at the design on that dress. Is that supposed to make it, like put it in your head? It's like, oh wait, is her top see through? No, it's just the pattern of the dress. But I mean, there's.
Oh yeah.
It's like, wait, is that see through nipple? No, that's just the design, the pattern of the dress. Yeah, do you see? I'm like,
cheeky.
I think
Cheeky by Butler.
Yes, the Butler having fun there. It's just like, oh no, that's just the pattern of the dress. No.
Yeah.
She does look great in that.
Very elegant there. I don't know if Butler's designed that dress, but interesting dress. This was it's just really funny. You're right, Justin, about throwing out the flowers,
the roses out the window, and then shooting them. I love that part.
just send me the bill for the window.
Yeah, cuts the window open. Yeah,
it's so funny. But I'd be worried about drinking any. Immediately after that, I'd be worried about drinking any of the champagne. Like the next shot of you'd be suspicious of everything, wouldn't you? So,
but champagne too looks like it's on fire at one point.
Yeah, it does.
What is this? Sulfuric acid? What's she drinking?
Yeah, and I've got to admit though, I do like the premise of this two-parter, the Gattling, just the whole idea of this Reverend, the evangelist, and him actually being a drug runner and a competing drug runner with another evangelist, and just the whole setup. And he's come to her for protection. I don't know. It just makes for a lot of really fun because it could potentially be very, tropey. But I think it worked well.
I am surprised. I don't know what the climate was down there, Ray, and at this point in the 90s, but it's like, Justin, I was surprised. Not only did they go the whole abortion route and stuff, but it's like painting like religious leaders as like not the greatest of character. I'm
Yes.
like, I'm surprised they
Yeah.
went there in a comic in a Marvel comic in the 90s.
That was also very surprising, for sure. Because now we know a lot of televangelists are and always have been total scumbags. But they had a really stainless veneer at that time, and not a lot of people saw through it. So that part was cool, definitely. And the whole anti-abortion thing, the whole pro-choice thing, that was also really surprising. Just to have them address that at all in a comic book was a big deal. Yeah, I remember being really surprised by it.
I mean, to be honest, I couldn't really comment how it was back in the 90s, like over here with that sort of stuff. I guess I wasn't just really tuned into those sorts of topics, you know. But it is, I mean, just, obviously now and being a lot older and what has happened in our society, in our culture, it is very interesting to see it kind of be talked about in the 90s version. We don't have, as far as I know, that many like televangelists, so it's not really a big thing over here as well. But so yeah, for all, they're all scumbags to us. So.
Yeah,
No, I'm joking.
I agree with that sentiment. Anybody that's a evangelist that's a millionaire. Yeah, no, you missed the point.
Oh, we do.
Oh, that's the episode we need soon. I need Justin just goes off for an hour. Pat Robertson just died not too recently. I might have to be a Patreon. Yeah.
Oh, I could go on for an hour about Pat.
Oh yeah, I mean he's that guy blaming natural disasters on gay people and just it's because of them. We had this tornado, and it's like, really?
Yeah, Hurricane Katrina or 9/11 or whatever. Yeah.
That's great.
But
did you guys?
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was about to say, did you guys pick because I was actually genuinely shocked when God, I get these right. What's his Stanfield? What's his name? The guy that they're protecting. They're very.
Oh,
what's his name? Chesterfield's the other guy, and he is the main guy. Anyway, the guy that Silver Sable's protecting.
Smithfield.
Was anyone shocked when he got like wasted by the Gattling?
Yeah,
because I was. Yeah,
I was too. I wasn't expecting that to turn out to be Sandman in disguise at the end.
Yeah,
yeah.
And thinking maybe Justin, that was a deliberate effort from right earlier on to have the schoolgirl offed in such a callous way. Maybe that set us up, because like having read that and then have him shot down, it's like, oh, that's a bit like full on, but okay, I accept it because that's what happened with the little girl. Maybe that sort of thing. But yeah, it was certainly shocking, and it was really cool to actually have Sandman pop the bullets out and and Smithfield faint because he hasn't seen like a superhero or superhero. Yeah,
there are some legitimate deaths though in the audience in this too. When after Smithfield gets mowed down, then he just starts indiscriminately shooting into the audience, and there's this one woman screaming, "Oh my god!" Yeah. So I think that, you're right, Ray. It's kind of set the tone for this is kind of a book with kind of some rougher edges to it. That maybe would have surprised some people not expecting that at the time.
What do you think that's intentional to, like the schoolgirl in the first issue and just like mowing down the crowd in this one, where it's like this way you're like, well, yeah, Silver Sable and her people are mercenaries, but it's like, oh, the people they go against are just like the scum of the earth because they'll just indiscriminately kill innocents and,
Oh, yeah. True. Definitely. They define the two by that, by the actions. Just a geeky thing as well, a purely geeky thing. Sorry, guys, indulge me on this one. Sandman, I was a little bit surprised when he took off the mask. I would have thought Sandman would have been able to disguise himself using his power. I mean, if he can fashion, if he can manipulate sand, surely to the grain, then he'd be able to manipulate how he looks, right?
I'm trying to remember. I thought he has done that before. So
I thought so too. Maybe. I don't remember, but
unless Gregory Wright didn't remember, or maybe that was just for like visual effect to show you, oh yeah, hey, it was Sandman.
Sure. Yeah.
There's a lot of people wearing masks in this too, because the Foreigner's wearing a black guy's face in another one. I'm like, ooh, they couldn't do that today. There's a lot of stuff in this.
Well, I mean,
they can't do that.
Yeah. he has a pretty. I don't know if you call him evil, but I mean, he is a pretty. Again, he orders people's deaths and stuff. He is an evil man, so it's like,
yes.
yeah. But I mean, they're not embossed, but like I was impressed by this covers to issue 2 and 3 also.
Yep. Yeah, very, very
These
solid
covers.
Were
great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're very good.
eye-catching.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault the art. I did point out. I'm wondering if you guys think like there was a splash page where Silver Sable's got her gun trained on Gattling, and she's got the wall pack behind her.
Oh yeah, it's a full page one. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a totally different artist, though. Did you get that impression? Or?
Yeah, it's.
It was weird. Just that one page was
this one right here, right?
Yeah,
yep. Just that one. Yeah.
It
then
does look like a different artist. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder. Or maybe that actual page or panel was drawn yonks ago, and then they kind of just fit that in. Like maybe
that was the first
story.
one that he drew for the issue. Yeah,
because I think they're only crediting one penciler and one inker. So
yeah, but it's just so different. I mean, the inking, if anything, the inking looks different.
Yeah.
I reckon there's a time lapse there. I reckon it must have been done way before the rest of it. That's my theory.
Yeah, you're probably right, Ray. Yeah.
And yeah, so I mean, it ends on a bit more bickering with Crippler and Powell, but then Sable. Yeah, there's this thing at the end as well. She does the death grip, and there's Crippler going, "Oh, love the Vulcan depth." He's loving it. She's trying. It's tantamount to like pulling their ear, right? She's just pulling them into line. But yeah, and I like Sandman's face in the background on that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole Crippler thing, because even in the beginning, when she comes back from having dinner with what's his face, and they're testing Crippler to see if he's pull the wild pack, and she just like comes in and kicks it, knocks him on the ground. There's like puts her heel on him. He's like, oh yeah,
yeah, I know, yeah. Twist that heel. Yeah, it's really. And saying what I like the view from down here.
Oh yeah, she's wearing that dress. She's wearing a dress. Yeah,
that's another thing they can get away with today. Yeah, that. Yeah.
So I mean, so I think for like we're talking about like a two-parter here, because issue 1 was really like a setup. Mm-hmm. I think it goes at a good pace, like for 2 issues.
Yeah,
it's Phil, all I'm thinking of is modern comics would never, that kind of.
Oh yeah.
But just nice, concise two issues of this Gattling guy. It was pretty fun.
And Silver Sable, basically, you see how she keeps everyone in line. It's like you either follow orders or you're not getting paid.
You're not getting paid. Yeah. Well, these guys are look. No, I mean Sandman talks about him needing the money, and I think Battlestar says as well. Like he only make ends meet. He does the superheroing thing, so they're kind of really needing it. I guess reinforces the fact that they can't not do this job. So yeah.
And then issue 3 starts with a sword fight with the Foreigner. Fencing.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
I love it. With the night, the armor in the foreground and the chandeliers, it's like very, very Latverian.
Yes, very kind of James Bond like too.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like Silver Sable. Like could be like a female James Bond type of character as well.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the vibes they were going for. But just the precise fencing where he rips her dress, she kind of rips his bow tie off and stuff.
Yeah, and of course she's fighting in. Yeah, exactly, and she's fighting in an evening dress as well. So it all makes for that kind of, what surprised me as well, he's got this hypnotic power. His power to kind of.
Yeah, I wonder if Gregory Wright was the one to explain that, because I know when Spider-Man fought him earlier, he's like, is he teleporting? What is he doing? Because he would be seen to be in one place, and all of a sudden he'd be over here. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
He's like the shadow.
so-
He can cloud men's minds.
Yes.
Well, so can
Only
Silver
the-
Sable.
the
Did you,
shadow
did you see
knows.
Silver Sable in that dress? So can she.
I mean, I thought this right up until including the kick through the stained glass window.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed this interaction. I thought this was a great opening scene for issue 3. It was a good way to show the relationship between the two and for her to extract information without him really telling too much. It was really good. And as I said, towards the end, he pulls her in for a kiss and then she kind of swings it around and puts him like underneath her. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. I love that part.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and then we get that. I mean, we get Battlestar, which makes sense too because I think that was the Watchdog's first appearance. Him and John Walker had like the first interaction with the Watchdogs.
Yes, definitely. We
That was
hadn't
a
seen
cool
Battlestar
one.
for a while. He had gone through a bunch of stuff in the Captain America backups for a while.
Yeah.
But he hadn't really been focused prominently since then. So it was nice. It was really good to see him put into a team setting where he could do some good. Yeah, I love that.
And he has history with the Watchdogs because again, that first appearance, they tried to lynch him, hang him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man.
Well, they did, didn't they? Didn't they lynch him or
They
something?
did have him up.
They had the news out.
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
I remember. God,
Mark Grunwald.
it was pretty heavy. I remember.
Yeah, that was so heavy.
That
And then the Watchdogs were the ones who murdered John Walker's parents.
Oh yeah.
parents. Yeah, that was like. I remember reading it, going, "Oh my god, this is really dark." Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of, I mean, I think it was kind of like in shadow, but it's like, oh yeah, you see like bullets ripping through like figures. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
You could. That was really good because just on a tangent, you really did feel for John Walker then. Like at the beginning, like when he fought Cap and stuff as what was he? Just
Super Patriot.
I can't remember.
Super Patriot.
Super Patriot. Yeah.
He was just annoying, and just like being a bit of an ass. But seeing his parents and all that back history, it was such a great run, that one. It's good.
So good.
Anyway, so Battlestar, he's a bit surprised that Silver Sable knows all the intel on him already. Look, is shocked, like
like his name, his name and stuff.
Real name and where he lives. Yeah.
And so here, I thought it would have been good because at the moment, realistically, with the Wild Pack, if you look at the next page, we know Powell, Crippler, and as you said, Justin, there's a couple of mentions of Chen, but there are two other members as well.
Quintino.
Yeah, I think they needed to delve a little bit more into it. Like Quintino does factor in a little bit more, but there's no real interesting bits to him. But yeah,
in the beginning, him and Chen are very kind of like background.
Yeah. Oh, how does it factor on later on, Justin? Down the track, I can't remember from the issues.
Quintino, if I remember right, Quintino had like some gang ties.
Okay.
And they were hitting him up for something. I can't remember what. And he kept trying to hide it from Sable, and it ended up blowing up in his face. Something along those lines.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. So it's a bit of a slow burn then. Like, I guess, right, he's got these characters that he will reveal slowly across the series. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I just thought immediately they were just like fodder. Like, here we go. And they're all going to die in some point, and Powell and Crippler are going to be the only survivors. But and this is where we get the torture sequence with Crippler and one of the Watchdogs. He kind of buckles pretty quickly once they tell him that the Watchdogs were being used, and it's about dealing drugs to young kids. Like the Watchdog kind of goes, "Oh gosh, I didn't realize."
Yeah. Now that you mention that,
But another scene to show off Crippler.
Doing what he does best, beating up people.
I mean, that's a good interrogator because you pretty quickly realize, he'll do whatever he has to. He loves pain, so yeah.
No, exactly. And there we go, Justin, the foreigner, masked. Later on,
this was not
disguised with what is it? Chesterfield. Sorry, the rival. But he kind of buys it.
Yeah, he gives him some chloramine tea modified into a cyanide derivative and cut into Peruvian flake, effective within 60 seconds.
Yeah. So he's gone.
Wow.
That's the end of that.
Yeah.
And a bit more of Gattling. I love it how the random kids just spot him. Like, oh, what's that? There's a dude with guns. Oh, it must be a hologram.
It's almost like a callback to Predator. The kids seeing the Predator up in the trees, and then you
Well, I think, I got the sense of that with Gattling anyway. Like, he's got invisibility.
The invisibility thing, yeah.
Yeah, it was saw in the previous issue too. So the watchdogs come in and they're fighting and all that, which is pretty cool. I enjoyed the fight scene. I thought that was pretty good. The foreigner, of course, makes an appearance. Like whenever any like underling or minion seems to have more than one or two lines, you know that they're gonna. So he's in the distance. Go, I shan't be needed here. And while they're fighting, it's like this is not language for a normal foot soldier. But it turns out to be the foreigner.
Yeah.
But great action towards the end there, I think.
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
good art too.
The flying gun battle between Silver and Gattling as they're both jetpacking around New York City.
Yeah,
and he's got lots of Gattling guns. I've got to say, my God, I didn't realize he's got like
double-barreled Gattling guns,
double-barreled each hand,
and he's got mini Gattling. Yeah, they must weigh like a ton, and he's got two mini Gattlings on top of them as well. So.
More guns on top of guns.
Well, I mean, it is the 90s too. I mean, Silver's not carrying a little gun either.
That's true.
I know. That's an awesome shot. I like that.
I love that. Yeah, this art in this action sequence at the end is fantastic. It kind of gave me some Ron Lim vibes a little bit.
Oh, I love Ron Lim.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
One of the things to note here as well, I thought was really cool, was the overly heroics from Battlestar as well. He surprises even Silver Sable. He just jumps off the plane and goes down with Gattling. Stories down on the ground. And he's normal, right? He's not got the super soldier serum, or
he has the strength augmentation that the same thing U.S. Agent got. Yeah,
that Malice, Dr. Malice, right? Oh, the Power Broker.
The Power Broker. Yeah.
Because Silver, I thought so. But Silver Sable, if someone says, you haven't got this or that, like she berates him because, what does she say?
She goes, good man. If you ever try a stunt like that again without a parachute, augmented strength or not, I'll fine you 2 weeks' salary.
Yeah. So I thought she was kind of alluding to the fact that. But anyway, you're right. Yeah,
he has augmented strength, but I mean, he could still get killed. Falling out of a plane, probably.
Sure, especially from that height. Yeah,
of course, yeah. But then it kind of ends abruptly. Like I'm looking at a digital, and that page 30 that's it. There's not even
you don't have page 31?
No, I don't. Oh, okay. You got 31. Okay. So what?
Is Battlestar on the last page for you? Is that what you're saying, Ray?
The last page I got is when she's berating him on top of the roof.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a wrap-up page, page 31. Yeah.
It's only one page, but it does kind of tidy up everything. Yeah, they get their money and
it's I guess she made a deal with the FBI to take Smithfield in custody.
Smithfield, he gets hauled away. Yeah.
Right.
Because
this is completely unethical. You have no proof. I'll see you in court, Miss Sable.
Okay.
Then the very last panel is like an FBI agent handing Silver a check. He's like, "Thank you again for your help, Miss Sable. Expensive, but always worthwhile."
Oh, that's a pretty good wrap up. And that's really good because we know that Smithfield's a bit of a is a rat. So it's good that he gets his just desserts as well. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So she basically sells him out to the FBI. Yeah.
She's like, the people of Simcaria, thank you.
Exactly. Yeah, we can build a park now.
Yes, we can.
But that's really cool because
public park.
This library brought to you by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Because she does have like a twisted kind of sense of justice. It is very much about the money, but we did see with her like cousin / niece or whatever that she does have a moral compass. So.
Yes,
that's good. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's good because, like, you know, you're reading a story, you're like, okay, is she gonna do? You know, what is she gonna do? Because it's something, it's not always clear. So it's like,
yeah, no, agreed.
But so as connoisseurs of '90s comics, I want to ask you guys, what do you like better? Do you like the Punisher, where except for like maybe Microchip, he's more of a loner, or do you like this Silver Sable formula where she has a team behind her?
I like the team better.
Who's up there?
Yeah.
Sorry, I said, Justin, what was that? And you froze up there for a sec.
I like the team setting better, personally. Yeah, I like the team better. The loner approach doesn't work for this type of character for me. Yeah.
Okay. And sorry, Phil, you're saying like the Punisher.
Like, what do you like better? Do you like a solo character like the Punisher, or do you like the Silver Sable formula where she has like a team behind her?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I kind of partial to both. I do like the lone wolf sometimes. It's just pretty cool to focus in on just the one. But I do like how Silver Sable has that support network. And there's so much opportunity then for a writer or creator to then flesh out on that and make it really interesting. Because, the limitations of having one character, say the Punisher, I mean, he's great, but you'd have to introduce like transitory, is that right? Transitional characters that come in to create a bit of difference all the time if you need to. But yeah, because I love the Black Widow stuff.
Yes.
You know, and she's essentially by herself, and it's just so interesting. Especially then when when Yelena arrives as well. But the lone stuff is I think it's pretty good. Maybe I prefer that. How about you, Phil?
I mean, I kind of like this formula. Like I said, I forgot how much I enjoyed. I even enjoyed it more than I did like the first time I read this stuff. But no, you just mentioned Black Widow. I wonder if this Silver Sable and the Wild Pack series helped them years later be like, oh yeah, hey, let's do more stuff with Black Widow and stuff because.
Well, Black Widow at this stage was really, I mean, the Avengers were kind of struggling around this time, I think, compared to the mutants and all that. And Black Widow was very much like a support or like a team character.
She was pretty much, just in the Avengers book because, she wasn't really doing a lot in Daredevil in this point.
I think she was even the leader of the Avengers for a while around this point in time.
Well, when Captain America wasn't there, it was Black Widow,
Yeah,
right.
But you're right. I definitely think Silver Sable may have assisted in that. As Justin said, like she's one of the few female characters back in the day to have a solo 30-plus run, which is bloody good. So.
Especially, a non-super-powered female character,
right. And not X-related, not X-related, not Avengers-related. You know, that's also big.
Although it is the 90s. It is the 90s. She is a Spider-Man related character. So
true. But she doesn't lean too heavily on him.
I
get issue 1 and
I think he appears maybe 2 more times throughout the course of this series, if I remember right.
Pretty good.
But again, it is the 90s, so Spider-Man swings in and out of everybody's books. So.
But still, for 30 some odd issues, that's not too bad. Yeah, she didn't. Yeah. She wasn't plagued with this big litany of guest stars like a lot of the other 90s books were. She had her own thing going for a while, and I remember that Gregory Wright did some really cool things with her as far as delving into her past and her relationship with her dad, because her dad was the one who started the Wild Pack, and she kind of inherited the family business from him and all this other stuff. So. Gregory White did some cool stuff with that as well in the story, in the issues to come. Yeah.
No, I'm actually looking forward to reading more of this. I'm glad that there's a whole chunk of issues that we can read, and I want to reread that other one again that came out in the 2000s something.
That one shot,
one-off. Oh,
it was good.
So,
yeah. I remember for a while I was joking about there was one of the variant covers of that issue that I loved, and I was joking for a while with my partner about getting a digital mock-up of that to cover with one of our cats' face superimposed with where Silver Sable's face is. Because her fur is silver, so it would, it completely makes sense.
It worked. Totally worked. There was just a little bit of a sidetrack. Just in Valiant Comics, they did release a whole set of variant covers with cats dressed up as the
kidding?
superheroes.
Oh, I love
it. It was really good. Yeah, I got a couple of them.
Check that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's just random. It's like they just decided to do it. It was,
I love it. What a great idea.
All right, so what's better, variant covers or gimmick covers like this?
Gimme covers.
Yes.
Give me covers. Give me the foil emboss. Give me the holograms.
Give me the scratch and sniff. I don't care.
Oh!
Glow in the dark.
Oh, yeah.
I've got some great glow in the dark covers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Probably one of the most famous ones is that Ghost Rider cover.
And the Spectre.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Yeah, there were 3 of those.
I'm going to call out also as well, Valiant again, pioneers in variants. They released a metal, literally a metal cover.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
how much
more
was that?
recently, I don't know, but more recently, a glass cover.
What?
Yeah. They're going crazy. They're changing. Yeah.
Oh, I could see things going wrong there.
I know. I know. Yeah. Just order me a copy on Amazon, ship it over. Crack.
Next, we're going to get like ruby encrusted covers. They're going to have fine jewels embossed and laid into these covers. They're going to get really designer here pretty soon, guys.
Exactly.
You can have this edition for only $250.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. There is a nice. I just got to say, the upcoming Predator versus Wolverine. There's a really cool set of double covers, which are cover price, and they are riffing off, the famous Wolverine Hulk cover with Wolverine.
It's a reflection in the claws, yeah.
Yep. So they got one of the Wolverine doing that with the Predator in the claws, and they've reversed it with the Predator, and it with the claws, and Wolverine on its claws. It's pretty
cool.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
I love that.
Okay. Listeners, go grab that. Just grab it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Ray, speaking of Predator, I know I keep bugging you about the Predator-Batman crossover, but Lilith was like, he's done other crossovers like Predator and Archie. I know Lilith would be down to do that.
Predator and Archie.
Yeah.
I forget about that one.
Very strange tale.
Lilith would be down to do that one, yeah.
But they did it twice as well. There's Predator and Archie 2.
Really?
Yeah. There's 2 of them.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, we should do it, Justin. We've got to figure it out. How we do it.
We're just
Exactly. Yeah, Phil, we're just so lucky at the moment. We've got an ongoing series a series that's kind of wrapped up, but we've got the Predator and Wolverine series coming out. So good.
And another omnibus next year, and
yeah. Plenty.
But yeah, when you do want to do some crossovers, let me know.
Batman, my favorite character. You know who I'll be rooting for? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, me and Finn will be rooting for the other guy.
I've got to fix that. That's a work in progress. Come on, work in progress.
It's like I got to go back and finish that deep hypnosis. No, it's Batman. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad we picked these issues, Justin, because I remembered like the highlights of this stuff, but I'd forgotten like all like the smaller details.
Well, I'm sure you do, Phil. I'm sure you do. The highlights.
Oh yeah.
And the headlights.
Oh!
Her eyes are up there, Phil. Her eyes are up there.
Oh, don't act like you're some choir boy, Ray.
Sex on the mind. Grumpy pumpy. Hey, they're just terms I know.
We know who you are, Ray.
The hard master. Shocking. Exciting times to be a pimp.
All right. So, any final thoughts on these gentlemen and Ray?
No, Justin.
I really enjoyed these. These have aged very well. Most of it. Like there's some bits that can be taken out for today's standards, but
like foreigner in blackface. Okay,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And maybe the child killing could get toned down a little bit too. Like that was another thing. I was like, he's stabbing that girl to death. Like what the hell? Oh. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and Silver Sable is a great character, and she's a lot more complex than I think a lot of people realize. So, as this series progresses, we get to see a lot more of that, and yeah, it'll be fun to cover all of that eventually.
Yeah, I've got to totally, absolutely back what Justin said. I think Justin said it to a T. There's a lot more to it than originally thought, and like yourself, Phil, I really enjoyed this read. I appreciated it.
I'm sure you did, Ray. I'm sure you did.
Sometimes I had to, like, the pages stuck together. I had to kind of really try them.
He pulled out this issue from when he was 15 years old. Yeah, the pages were stuck together.
Yeah.
Reader copy.
Reader copy. But it was really good, and yeah, she's a underrated character that I think deserves a lot more attention. And yeah, I'm looking forward to actually reading this as well. I would recommend it. Look, it's not like, I don't know, what do people, Watchmen or whatever. You know, it's not going to be up there as, you know, your highbrow comic books. Why they go, but it's just fun, and there's enough in there to keep you interested and to have a bit of depth to it. Mm-hmm. Although I did mention about characters, perhaps as Justin says later on, they do get fleshed out. So it's slow burn with that regards. But yeah, it's really good. I really liked it.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I was just looking here. Let me see if we can. There's I don't know if you can see the Venom Lethal Protector 2 cover. There's
that's the new one.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm not picking that up, unfortunately. Just way too much. I might have to catch that on Marvel Unlimited.
It's done, yeah. I think it was only like 5 issues.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Again, it's another one of those miniseries set in the 90s. So.
They're doing more and more of those lately. I like it.
Yeah, because she's kind of working with 90s Venom, and even like Nick Fury and old Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. show up and stuff. So yeah, and Doctor Doom. So.
Ooh, very cool. I will definitely be reading that.
Surprisingly, Doom tries to steal someone's powers. He tries to steal that symbiote. So.
What?
Really?
No. Not Dr. Doom, not Vic.
It's so out of character for him.
It's so out of character.
Jeez. He must have been going through a midlife crisis.
All right,
I want Doom. Bit of flavor. Sorry.
But speaking of Doctor Doom, he'll be here next episode. Yes, as we cover Silver Sable and the Wild Pack 4 and 5 in the middle of Infinity War, as Silver's having dinner with Doctor Doom, and all of a sudden his Infinity War doppelganger shows up.
You just can't tell with Doom. Doppelganger, is it a Doom bot? Like, he's just...
Oh, yeah.
Which Doom you're dealing with.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Never know.
Me and Lilith are always talking about those horny Doom bots. Yeah, because I know we could... I don't know, it was like 2 years ago or something, we covered an X-Men arc, you know, when he, like, captures some of the X-Men, and he's like... It's like a horny Doom bot, like, hitting on Storm and stuff. It's just...
But that's the bot hitting on Storm, right?
Oh, yeah.
God.
That's the way Doom programmed him.
Oh, jeez.
An exact duplicate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of horny automatons, yes, we all know what Lilith is working on while she's on vacation in September. Yeah, she's trying to perfect sex bots, Ray. She admits
prototype.
She'll tell you. Yeah, ask her.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
I mean, if you
prototype is almost done.
If you want to throw in some capital, Ray, I mean, you can get one of the first ones. I mean, she's working on male and female, so.
Right.
Cool. It's either you gentlemen. You know what I told her, Ray? I said, you really want to hit up a horny customer who would go for that. I'm like, go hit up Dave Finn for some capital.
He will be the first one to buy.
Stay tuned for episodes of Scarlet Spider. Yeah.
Just have one fashion like Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yes. or Marlene from Moon Knight.
Oh, wow. Geez, I don't know what to say about Lilith's side side scheme.
No, she's trying to build the perfect man, someone who will give her sex and won't talk. That's what she said.
You can just hit a button and they won't stop. They'll just stop talking.
Awesome. Well,
all right.
I look forward to the progress.
Is that a sentient tongue?
Wow.
Is that a sentient tongue?
That's part of the testing process too.
Oh my, yeah, of course.
Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done.
All right, you're here. We're here. I have to hit the Frank Miller button, Justin.
Your mother's a whore!
Yeah, I love that accent. That's great.
I know. It's just like, what is the theme of most Frank Miller stories?
Your mother's a whore!
It's so funny, but it is kind of true, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, since Ray's been busy playing Marvel Snap and on this, listening to our shows,
champions.
Champions. I'm sorry. All right, so Russell tried to do his own version of that, and I don't think it came out as well. Well, it was like, that's like,
your mother's a whore!
Oh gosh, jeez! It sounds like Linda. Was it Linda Blair from The Exorcist? It's scary.
Your mother's a whore!
Oh, geez, it's about midnight here. That's going to give me nightmares.
Sleep with one eye open tonight, right?
Exactly.
That's
terrifying.
That's what Lilith said. She goes, I don't think we're going to top Lilith's version unless we get Frank Miller to do that himself.
Yeah, that was, my God. Oh, got traumatized.
The first time Russell heard that back, he just about died.
He was like, is that me? I'm like, yeah.
So good.
Your whole family can suck it.
All right, so yeah, kids. So Silver Sable and the Wild Pack 4 and 5 next time. Thank you, Ray, for joining us, for making time.
When are you doing this Silver Sable?
I don't know.
When are you doing?
What are we gonna do?
Well, we could have. If we want to do it again next week at the same time, we could have Ray back for that one.
No, we're doing Scarlet Spider this time next week.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
I mean, unless, we could do it our Saturday night. What's your Sunday morning look like? What's your Sunday morning look like, Ray?
Yeah, I'm sorry, it is a little bit hard with the newborn. That's all.
I figured, yeah.
Yeah, so late nights are good for me.
If anything, send in feedback, Ray.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah. So, but thank you for your time, Ray.
No worries.
Yes, he is busy, and don't let him tell you it's kids. But so besides, when you're not playing your
Snap.
your Marvel stuff, I love him getting on his nerves. He's like, "Not Snap! I'm obsessed with another game." But no, kids, unbelievably, he does do podcasting too. So yes, Ray, what are those podcasts?
Thank you very much, Phil.
All proud members of the collective. All right, guys.
Yeah, proud members.
It's just check out at RayRayPod on Twitter or X or whatever it's bloody these days. Is it called X these? Anyway,
I think it is.
Oh yeah,
check me out on X at RayRayPod or just RayRayPod. Just look it up on Facebook as well. Doing the Moon Knight podcast into the night. The Moon Knight podcast. Justin and Phil. Friends of the show, co-hosts as well. They really help pull the show along. It was really fun. To know is if you heard the Spider-Woman podcast as well with Sarah, and she's fantastic. Always brings the energy. She just loves Spider-Woman. So just listen to her. Don't listen to me. And I do one with Justin and Russell and semi regular co-host Sparky Malarkey on Predator and Prey. I'm going to say, Yaocha podcast.
Yes.
I think it's the only one out there, exclusively Predator. Yeah. And we're hoping to go like bi-weekly, fortnightly. We were monthly, but we do have current series and we do have the omnibus classic tales. We got some feedback from people, and they're saying, we'd love to if you guys covered more of the classic stuff. So, we're going to try and fit that in as well. As well, Phil mentioned it, Scarlet Spider. I'm on there with Phil, gracious host, and the inimitable Dave Finn. Go listen to it. Just put some cotton wool in your ears. Dave does like to get a little bit colourful, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Catch that at the end of every month. Me, Ray, Dave, and the ghost of Gardner Fox.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of meat. It's a lot of meat.
Sausage. I love we start every episode pretty much. Dave goes, "Hey Ray, sacrificed any virgins to conch you lately?"
Absolutely, Dave loves it. The fact that there's a Moon Knight podcast. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Justin, Ray did half your plug, so you want to plug Gamma Charge?
Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is twice a month. And we're also covering the brand new series by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Nick Klein, The Incredible Hulk, which is excellent. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. And we also have a Patreon, and you're definitely welcome to check that out. We do bonus episodes once a month and requests from our Patreons as well. And I'm not going to jinx anything, but the Lost Library of Legends is coming soon. Hopefully, I won't have any more kidney stones or
yeah, that sounded
computer failures or anything like that.
But the Lost Library of Legends, Justin, it is building a reputation. It is building and building. I can't wait to listen to it. Seriously.
Thank you. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be in the next few weeks. Hopefully. I don't want to jinx myself because every time I say I'm almost done, something crazy happens and sets me back.
I mean, I don't want to talk out of school, but he's building a reputation as like the male Lilith Hellfire is what we're saying.
Oh,
I'm a sucker for a guy with a powerful rod.
That's a badge of honor, Phil.
It is. I'm very proud of that.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. Oh yeah, no, our show, yeah. If you want to hear more, Justin is on Marvel Tales every week. Well, twice a week in September while Will's on vacation. And he's on the last episode of every month on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast.
Yep.
To talk Azrael. Don't worry, Ray.
Yes. Keep it going. Can you make it longer? Like just,
Oh, yes.
Keep that going.
We're going to be covering the Azrael series.
Oh, yeah. Starting in January. Yeah. Once we get past the rest of the Nightfall and stuff. We're going to get to the ongoing Azrael series. So. So starting in January, there will only be 3 Batman episodes a month, Ray, and then 1 Azrael episode. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know
squeezing him out of existence. Love it.
And I'm pretty sure Russell wants to join us for those Azrael issues. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fan. Yeah.
So that, and then, but besides those, me, Justin, and now Mr. Tyler Patrick, twice a month we're doing Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast. Yes.
Yeah, dropped into one of those. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
Tyler's Man Cave. My God,
we're going in. Oh, I know.
Amazing.
Can you tell me like Superman?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, we're going in, just like with me and Will on Green Lantern, we're going in chronological order. So we started with John Byrne's Man of Steel in 1986, and we're going in order. So,
yeah, nice. Does Connor jump in? Does he?
No, I just wonder what.
You just started. Okay.
Yeah, we've only recorded 3 episodes, and we've been doing evenings, so I don't know what Connor's schedule is like, but But I think Tyler did say we might get in a guest appearance the next episode with Mr. James Cole. So,
oh,
yeah, he did say that.
Yeah,
nice.
Another Superman fan. So find us there. But send us your thoughts on all the stuff, including that upcoming Silver Sable, Ray. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com. Or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Link to our Patreon. Join the Patreon Elite. We have 2 of them here. Right. And also Russell and Maz Manzoor. So join the Patreon Elite, because right now you can get every drunken thought Lilith Hellfire has about Heroes Reborn on Patreon. So
I'm going through that methodically. I went through the Fantastic Four one. I'm going through the Avengers one now. So Lilith, you aren't safe. I am listening. Can't wait to hear it. And I feel privileged, again, being a Patreon Elite member, I can hear this. So listeners, tune in. Let me just say, it is absolutely worth it. So,
yeah, you're going to be surprised at the end, Ray, because the one she picks as her least favorite will surprise you. It's not what you think.
Surprised me.
Yeah.
Well, she's already punked you, right? With some stuff.
Well, the Fantastic Four, she's like, it's not so bad!
Exactly. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Can't wait. Can't wait to hear.
Yeah.
Come on! on, get your head out of your butt, buddy.
Lilith.
Lubricated eels are the best.
Whoa. She in the studio?
I wonder if my wrist is ready for that.
Phil, you do have enough. This is right. You can pretend that there's AI.
I know. I don't know why I even told people she was off for a month. I could have just did an episode. Be like, it's like, what do you think of this, Lilith?
Very hard, very tempting.
Oh, Justin, I didn't tell him the ongoing joke now. Lilith knows, but the ongoing joke now is, Ray, like, we say something, and if you think it fits, you end the sentence with, just like at Lilith's house.
Okay.
Like, you're reading you're reading an issue, you're like, hey, there's a lot of sex and murder in this issue. Just like at Lilith's house, something like that. So.
Okay, cool.
That's the ongoing joke now.
I'm going to try and filter that into my show.
Yes, please.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Yes.
Let's keep it growing. Let it become a cultural kind of
international
viral
joke.
Phenomenon. I love that.
Who is this Lilith?
Started here.
Oh, just like at Capes and Lunatics Lilith Hellfire's house. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you get the plug in. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Thank you, Ray.
Yes, thank you, Ray.
Thank you. No, thanks, guys. Always a pleasure.
We can have you back.
See,
yeah, love to. Thanks.
I've discovered
Marvel Tales. Love it. Marvel Tales.
I discovered a formula. Ray is always busy until you pick one of his favorite characters or like a hot female character. Yeah,
female character.
Then all of a sudden that schedule opens up. Yeah.
Let's just say, Phil, you cracked the equation.
Stay tuned at some point in the future when we do some Tigra, kids.
Oh, I'm there.
It's a black cat.
Yeah. Sign me up.